Hello again YouTube, Enzo back bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be continuing looking at the Titans Return line, and today I have for you Deluxe class WolfWire. I don't know why they've called him WolfWire. Obviously it's clearly Werewolf from the G1, but I can only assume that Hasbro has lost the rights to use that name, so they've called him WolfWire. I was calling him WolfWire, which I think sounds a lot better, but WolfWire it is, but I'll just call him, I was going to call him Quadruple U there after the Fans Project one, but no, we'll just call him Werewolf for the time being. And I'm just going to get it straight out of the way. This is an excellent figure. Hasbro, it's a very rare occasion that I do praise Hasbro when they about figures, and I do let them know when I'm disappointed, as you've seen in my other reviews. But I have to say, with Werewolf here, they've absolutely nailed it. It looks great in beast mode and looks great in robot mode. Absolutely fantastic. So top of the straight away, Hasbro, well done. This should be the benchmark now. They should continue to do figures exactly like this, and I'll get, when we get into the review, I'll show you what I mean. So here we are. Here's Werewolf. As you can see, a lovely looking wolf, and obviously in beast mode he has articulation. The wolf head can just go from side to side like that, and well, yeah, so 360 there, can do a full 360 probably. There we go, and it's on a hinge, so it can go backwards or forwards, and the mouth opens and closes. And I do like the fact that the teeth are moulded in this like red plastic, and I'm so tempted to unscrew it and pull it apart and pop a little LED there. That would be so cool. If there was a switch up here, you could just switch it on, and you'd have all these, and the red in the cheeks and the eyes and the snout and teeth would light up. That really would pop. I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can find someone who can do that for me, and if that's something that can be done to this figure, I'm going to do it. Front paws are on ball joints, so you've got a good range of motion there. Has what will be bicep swivels, and obviously the claws are on ball joints. Nothing much there, but they're on ball joints nonetheless. Can do a little thing there with his hips, with his waist I should say. Hips are on ball joints, swivel there, and hinge joints, so a really good range of motion. And obviously the rear paws are on ball joints as well. So there we go. The tail is fixed, although you suppose you can turn it around if you wanted to, and the gun is attached there to the top, which I have to say is a big improvement over the Quadruple U one. I do understand that the tail is the sword as well, but it's nice to have a cannon included with the figure, and he just looks absolutely brilliant. Very, very cool. Quick comparison now. I've got 3 comparisons here. First of all, we'll bring in Mindwipe, the fellow Decepticon, so you can see how they stack together. His review will be coming up shortly. So there's that. We shall bring in Highbrow, so you can see how they stack up together. Again, very nice scale. And I'm also going to bring in Ultra Magnus from Transformers Prime. Now the reason I brought him in is because now this was marketed as a Voyager size figure. So Voyager, Deluxe, Voyager. So it is a sign, I think anyway, that Hasbro is getting much better now that the cheapness has ended. They put in more effort, more design and more money into their figures, and they're giving us what they want. And I have to say, with this figure, they've delivered on both fronts, so good. Right, that's enough sucking up. So there we go. So first thing we'll do, we'll just pop off the gun. Quite a big cannon, very big cannon, but it's cool. I believe it is the same as his G1 version. I don't have the G1 to compare, which is a shame, but I think it looks the same. And if you're wondering why it's hollow there, it's for the gimmick for the headmaster to sit in it. Again, like I said in my Galvatron review, if you're going to try and put so many gimmicks into one toy, the toy suffers. So, but Werewolf isn't suffering, but I would have preferred a smaller cannon or a smaller gun without that gaping hole, but never mind. I'm sure there'll be third-party companies or shapeways will come up with some weapons for us. So there we go, but still, nice gun. The headmaster just rides in the cockpit. Let's get in there. There we are, just pull him out like that. I don't remember his name, I forget his name. There's not much to this little fella. He's begging for paint, absolutely gagging for it, but there's none there at all. I'll see if I can get a zoom in on his face. There we go, and that's pretty much all it is. Standard headmaster articulation. The shoulders are on ball joints, so the arms are on ball joints, I should say. So that's pretty much it. And this arm doesn't want to move half the time. That's pretty much it. Fused knees, so you can sit down. That's pretty much it. And then we just fold him over and turn him into the head. Now that head sculpt is, I remember we would be not all red face and stuff like that with the visor. It would have been nice if they could have painted that visor black, just to break it up a little bit, and they could have maybe put a splash of red on that face, but you know, you take what you can get with Hasbro with paint apps these days, so there we go. And just for the hell of it, you can just, as I said, you can put him in there, sits in nice and slug, so you can like whee, fly off in his big gun. So there is that. Put him down like that, put that down, pull the tail out, so you can see there, it becomes, yeah, that's not a bad looking sword. Yeah, not too bad, like a nice little saber. But it looks good. I do appreciate these pegs because obviously you can store it in robot mode. So, cool. So, those are the weapons and the accessories. Right. Now then, there we go. Right, let's get into the transformation. First thing you want to do is lift the cockpit up like that. Now, hold this securely because you need to wiggle this up. It's on a hinge. See his belly there? You can see there's a hinge there. So, you need to wiggle it up like that. And you need to fold it at the hinge and fold it up, and in these two tabs are going to slide into these little slots up the top here, and there we go. So basically shortening the waist. There we go, slide that in. When that fits in like that, just slide what's left of the cockpit over. Doesn't tab in securely, but it could be a bit better, I suppose, but it's there, so there we go. Then we take the wolf head, fold that back, and there's two slots at the top of the cockpit and a little tiny slot there. That's to accommodate the ears and the snout, so that pegs in there like that. Fantastic. Next thing you want to do, it's quite self-explanatory from this point on, just bring the feet down, take the yellow armour, bring it down. It's on, you can see there, it's on a hinge, and you want to put those tabs into that slot on the ankle. So bring it down, make sure you've got it tabbed in, straighten out all the legs. There we go, and that's one leg done. Same again for this side. Bring down the yellow armour, make sure it's all tabbed in nice. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And there we go, and that is tabbed in. Come underneath, flip out. Some people call these the heel spurs. So, which is okay, fair enough. I have seen reviewers where they've left them with big wolf feet. What I prefer to do, to give it a more tidy robot look, is turn it around like that. And I think that gives him a much better, I think the wolf paws are better at heels, and it gives him a much better look in robot mode. Bring down the arms like that. Fold up the paws like that. Rotate at the bicep around. And this is what I meant was, what I meant when I'm really happy that Hasbro has finally wised up and done it good now. You want to grab these panels, fold them up, and fold out the robot hands, which is good, and then fold the panel back down. I'm absolutely chuffed with that. It's these things, because I hate it, like I said in Galvatron, and in, what's his name now, I can't remember. But obviously, you know, they've got the fists just folded from the side here. At least Werewolf now, everything is filled in, which is great. There's no articulation, which is a shame, but at the same time, I don't mind. I really don't mind at all. There we go. And then we'll just take the headmaster, fold him around, pop him into the port, and there we have a Werewolf in robot mode. And I think he looks absolutely amazing. Very, very good. Nice cup of tea there. Excellent, excellent figure. Hasbro has nailed it. The beast mode was excellent, and the robot mode, they've absolutely nailed it. Hardly any gaps at all that you can see. Everything is solid. The arms are solid. Everything is. One thing I hate is when you've got a really nice, good-looking figure at the back. You turn around, oh my god, and there's gaps everywhere. At least on this figure, he's absolutely solid. And he can hold his sword, no trouble at all. And he can also hold his gun. Great. Well, I wouldn't call it a gun. I call it a boomstick or a cannon or a BFG, because that is one big gun. But he looks absolutely cool with it. And just like on the Fans Project version, Quadruple U, you've noticed that there are holes on either side. And yes, you can, if you want to, you can store his weapons on them. You can holster his sword, which I think looks really cool. Adds a lot more playability to the figure, which I think is good. And you can holster the gun as well, so like that. So you can have him in poses where he's, you know, like gonna grab his gun to go draw, or he's able to grab his sword or sheath his sword, which I think is a very nice touch. Very impressed with that. There we go. I do apologise for the lighting, it's not the best. I am doing my best at the moment. And it looks absolutely great. Let me just take everything off now so we can go over articulation. Basically just like in beast mode, there's nothing new going to be here. As a matter of fact, I tell a lie, there is something new here. I've seen other reviews and not many people have shown this. In fact, I don't think I've seen any people. But this panel for his chest could fold down. And this is a throwback to the gimmick where the headmasters would have their stats, speed, power, strength and things like that. But there's nothing there. Now I understand that obviously the torso had to compress in order to make it fit in Robot 1, have a long, sleeker wolf body. But if they went to that trouble I mean, they didn't have to put a hinge there, they could have left it as it was. This could be a solid piece, but they've gone to the trouble of putting a hinge like that. So why didn't they put something in there? Or maybe something's coming, maybe an add-on or something's coming, I don't know. But it would be nice to have something, because there's plenty of room there. It would be nice to have something in there as a nice little throwback to the gimmick. So there's that as well. Anyway, let's get into articulation. Head is on a ball joint thanks to the headmaster, and I have to say I'm happy as well that this one is solidly connected. Shoulders are on ball joints. You get a good range of motion, not too bad. Upper bicep swivel, full 360. Hinged elbows, no wrist articulation as we said, which is a bit of a shame, but the fact that the forearms are solid more than make up for it. Waist articulation, although it is hindered by this back piece that the gun attaches to, but again, not a deal breaker. There we go. Hips are on ball joints, nice and stiff. Mushroom peg thigh swivel, like that. Can bend at the knee, and a really nice good bend there as well. And obviously you've got like a little bit of foot articulation there, and the ankles are on ball joints thanks to the wolf feet. So all in all, a nicely rounded figure, ticks all the boxes. It's a very big step in the right direction. I think you will all agree. Hasbro is with this figure, they've done an absolutely sterling job, and I'm very much impressed. Very much. There we go. So as a quick comparison, or a size difference I say, let's bring in my Optimus Prime, my newly acquired Voyager size masterpiece Optimus Prime. Very cool figure. I can't wait to review this. Oh, can't wait. So Deluxe and Voyager. There we go. Because I'm sure if we transformed Ultra Magnus, he wouldn't be that much taller than this one. In fact, I'm positive of it. So there we go. And I'll just bring Mind Wipe back in so you can see how big these actual beast figures actually are. And I think they look good together. I'm still trying to track down Bone Crusher. I missed out on him, so I'm going to have to try and track him down somewhere. So when I get him, I'll be reviewing him shortly as well. So there we go. So I would say get this figure because he is brilliant. I would even say he's better than the Fans Project version. If you've been thinking, oh, I want to quadruple A and things like that, I'd say forget it. Go for this one. This ticks all the right boxes. It's cheap, and I don't mean cheap, I mean the price is cheap. I don't mean it. The plastic is really good quality. You've got excellent detail and moulding. The paint apps are absolutely spot on. You've got a nice Decepticon symbol in the chest there. You've got 2 on each shoulder. There's no gappage, there's no hollowness in there. You've got the gun works, the sword works. There's plenty of places to store everything on his body. I mean, he just nails it for me. He nails it, and that is a rare thing. The last time I was impressed this much by a Hasbro figure, it was Generation Springer, because Springer nailed it for me in robot mode, vehicle mode, and helicopter mode. He absolutely nailed it, and that's what this figure does as well. So I'll give this figure a 10 out of 10, and if you can go and get him, I would do it. I wouldn't bother with quadruple U. I'm hoping to find him. He's in storage at the moment. I'm hoping to get hold of him, because I really do want to do a side-by-side comparison with the two of them together. But I'm telling you right now, as the owner of quadruple U and this newly acquired werewolf, I would say this one is better. Much, much better. So there you are. Thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr. Please comment, rate and subscribe if you enjoyed my review. Stay tuned for obviously Highbrow, Mindwipe and Optimus Prime. And I have many more reviews coming up before Christmas as well. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Ta-ra.